Imagine standing on the banks of the old Bedford River in 1838. A man named Samuel Rowbotham is convinced Hes about to prove centuries of science wrong, his experiment. Observing if the water's surface over 6 miles remained perfectly level, defying all curvature calculations.
Wait, so this isn't some ancient myth. This is a guy with a telescope arguing with a river.
Precisely, and he claimed his observations showed it was level. This led him to believe the Earth was a flat disk, and that belief, against all odds, would spark a movement that echoes into our present.
What we recognize today as modern flat Earth beliefs were indeed revived in the early 19th century, largely by an English writer, Samuel Rowbotham. He used the pseudonym Parallax for his publications.
Parallax, like the shift in an object's apparent position, seems fitting for someone looking to shift our entire understanding of the planet.
I'm just picturing him in a top hat, dramatically revealing his pen name. Call me Parallax.
It was a bold assertion at the time, given that the spherical nature of Earth had already been established millennia prior by ancient Greek scholars. And, of course, countless scientific observations since then had continuously confirmed it. Rowbotham laid out his case in works like Zetetic Astronomy, The Earth Not a Globe, where his central argument was straightforward. If you look around, you don't see the curvature.
So, if it looks flat, it must be flat. That's quite the leap in logic from an observation.
For him and his followers, the apparent lack of visible curvature in everyday experience, combined with the absence of a perceived edge or up-down distinction, directly suggested a stationary flat plane.
So, if I look out my window and don't immediately see the curve, it's flat. My house must be on a really big pancake.
It sounds simplistic, but that's the core of the Zetetic method, trusting your own senses above all else. For many believers, that intuitive perception is incredibly powerful.
And it reinforces a deep distrust of any official narrative that states otherwise. It becomes a case of, who are you going to believe, the experts or your own eyes?
Exactly. Beyond direct observation, some proponents also anchor their views in religious texts.
They interpret specific biblical passages as literal descriptions of a stationary, flat Earth, which pits the globe model directly against their reading of Scripture.
So it's not just about science, it's about faith for some people. That feels more complicated.
It is, and we should acknowledge that the core concept of a flat Earth isn't purely modern. It echoes cosmological models from ancient Near Eastern cultures, where a flat disk was a prevalent idea. But for the modern movement, the seminal event was Rowbotham's Bedford-level experiment in 1838.
This is where he claimed to prove the Earth had no curve. He watched a boat with a 5-foot mast sail 6 miles down the old Bedford River.
According to his calculations, the mast should have disappeared below the horizon, but he claimed it remained fully visible the entire time.
Okay, I have to admit, if you see that with your own eyes, that's a pretty good argument for your pancake house theory.
Well, Casey, that pretty good argument had a fundamental flaw. These observations were ultimately misleading.
Due to a phenomenon called atmospheric refraction, light bends as it passes through air. This can make distant objects appear higher than their true position, effectively creating the illusion that a water surface is flat.
So it's not a pancake, it's just a really good optical illusion? Like a mirage, but for the entire planet?
Exactly, and this flaw was spectacularly exposed. In 1870, a supporter of Rowbotham named John Hampton, confident in the initial findings, actually offered a £500 wager.
£500 was a fortune back then. He challenged anyone to replicate the Bedford-level experiment and prove the Earth's curvature.
A naturalist named Alfred Russel Wallace took him up on it, conducting retests that consistently and definitively contradicted Rowbotham's claims, confirming the curvature.
So he bet £500 on not seeing a curve. That's some serious conviction, or maybe just really bad eyesight after looking through a telescope all day.
It shows the depth of conviction, even in the face of contradictory evidence, that has often defined this movement.
The belief didn't die with the wager. The Flat Earth Society, which was initially refounded by Samuel Shenton in 1956, found a new life. It saw its most significant growth under Charles K. Johnson, who became president in the 1970s. He reportedly expanded its membership to a surprising 3,500 people.
3,500 members. That's more people than I thought believed in Santa, let alone a flat Earth, in the 1970s.
And Johnson's approach was key to that growth. He framed the flat Earth belief not just as an alternative scientific theory, but as a battle between pure, uncorrupted faith and a deceptive scientific establishment. He often used biblical interpretations to support his claims, portraying scientists and institutions, like NASA, as part of a vast conspiracy.
He actually explicitly claimed scientists were pulling a hoax to replace religion with science. And these claims started finding new audiences beyond Johnson's membership. In more recent years, social media platforms, especially YouTube, have become massive amplifiers for flat Earth beliefs.
I saw a video where a guy tried to launch himself in a homemade rocket to prove it was flat. Let's just say his research methods were explosive.
Unfortunately, these platforms have also facilitated the rapid spread of misinformation. There was a debunked 2025 claim that NASA admitted the Earth was flat, and public endorsements from figures like rapper B.O.B. in 2014 further fueled the flames.
The core issue remains a rejection of overwhelming scientific evidence. This includes everything from real satellite imagery to the basic ability to circumnavigate the globe in any direction. These movements thrive by ignoring established facts and favoring internal validation. What's undeniably real is the 19th century revival of flat Earth beliefs by Samuel Rowbotham and the continued existence of the Flat Earth Society into the modern era. These are confirmed historical facts.
And the historical context is also real. Ancient cultures, especially in the Near East, did conceptualize a flat disk Earth long before the modern scientific consensus emerged. It wasn't always a fringe idea.
So it's not like Rowbotham invented the idea. He just relaunched it with a terrible beta test.
A fitting analogy. However, the claims from that Bedford-level experiment, that it demonstrated Earth's flatness, that's pure speculation. It was scientifically disproven due to atmospheric effects like light refraction.
Exactly. And that's critical to distinguish. What's real is the belief, not the scientific validity of the experiment.
So what they saw was real, but what they thought they saw was wrong. That's a mind bender.
Absolutely scientifically. The Earth being a sphere has been definitively confirmed for millennia through various methods. From Eratosthenes' ancient calculations using shadows, to modern space exploration and satellite imagery.
Yes, the evidence is overwhelming and has been replicated countless times over centuries.
So the whole no visible curve argument, that's just our eyes playing tricks on us. Like when I think I see a clear path to the fridge at 3 a.m.
Precisely. And despite persistent misinformation campaigns, NASA has never admitted the Earth is flat. Any such claim is quickly debunked by the agency and news outlets as fake news.
There were debunked claims as recently as 2025 that NASA had secretly confirmed it.
These are deliberate attempts to sow confusion and erode trust in established science.
So beyond the science, why does this belief persist? It often stems from a psychological need to feel unique, to be privy to a hidden truth that the masses are unaware of.
So it's like a secret club, but instead of secret handshakes, you just believe the Earth is flat?
In a way, yes. It gives individuals a sense of special knowledge, a feeling of being woke to a reality others can't or won't see.
This naturally translates into a profound distrust of established institutions and mainstream science. They favor personal intuition and anecdotal observation over empirical evidence, often viewing experts as part of the deception.
So, if NASA says it's round, then it must be flat, just because NASA said it? That's some serious contrarian energy. If you want more of this kind of thing, hit subscribe and ring that bell. We're here every week.
The community aspect is also incredibly significant. Finding belonging within a group that shares a marginalized belief, even a demonstrably false one, can be powerful.
It provides validation and identity, especially in a world that can feel increasingly complex and overwhelming.
Exactly. It's a powerful human need for connection, channeled into a shared narrative. So, the flat Earth theory continues to be a fascinating case study in human psychology. The spread of misinformation, and the enduring appeal of counter-narratives.
Join us next week as we question how deep the rabbit hole really goes. We're tackling the deep state, real bureaucracy, or shadow government.
Wait, is the deep state also on a flat Earth? Because that's a whole new level of paperwork.
Join us then to find out.